Good to see everybody. Hope you all are doing wonderful and happy Thanksgiving week. We've going back in my short time. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. I love to eat. I don't know why we don't have this meal a number of times throughout the years. We had at our house last week. We had a mini Thanksgiving dinner. Tia prepared it and had turkey and dressing and sweet potatoes and all the good stuff. So it led to a victory, and so I proposed at the house we should do it every week. But such an exciting time for a program. Really thrilled for our kids to come out of that game Saturday with a win in the fashion that they did. Showed a lot of character, toughness, togetherness, teamwork, guys stepping up, making plays, executing at a very high level, assistant coaches making big-time calls, and then the teaching throughout the game and the adjustments schematically that we made in all three phases to give ourselves a chance to win the game against a really, really good team in Air Force. So opened up another door, another opportunity for us, and exactly where we want to be going into this week, and the opportunity to play in Vegas, in Allegiant Stadium, at home, 12 o'clock game. I know that the place will be a tremendous home field advantage. We sure look forward to that. Our kids are excited to be back playing in front of our home crowd, and it's been really good to us this year, and we certainly are going to do everything we can this week from a preparation standpoint to go play our best ball, and we will need that against San Jose, who in my belief is playing their best ball this time of year as well. So excited for our team. A lot of things out there for us to go achieve. We still have not played our best ball, offense, defense, and kicking. And that's the mission. That's the focus on trying to be the best that we can be in all of our habits and the preparation. If we will continue to do it the right way, then we'll play a very, very sound football game in all three phases, and that's what it'll take. So I would like to answer any questions if I can at this time.
Coach Siobhan Cordero, quarterback, San Jose State. We saw enough of him when he played at Hawaii, but on film, what did you see? How do you contain him running and passing?
Yeah, he's kind of got it all. Then he's this complete quarterback and a savvy football player, and he makes tremendous throws. He's able to, in the run game, create some mismatches, not only with his athletic ability, but just his reads and how he attacks a defense. And then he is one of the better ones I've seen over the years in being able to look at the coverage, understand where he's going with the ball, and then look off, draw you one way and go exactly where you aren't. He's a really good football player, and they have really come on the last 5 to 6 weeks. The way they're blocking up front, their offensive line, how well they're playing together. The runners running the ball, the quarterback getting to receivers, and then they're very explosive. And then on the other side of the ball, how well they're playing on defense. But you asked specifically about the quarterback. I think he's a tremendous player.
Coach, I know you're somebody who doesn't like the conversation to be on them, but coming out of the win, there was a lot of talk about you maybe getting National Coach of the Year. Just to have that even just be part of the conversation, is there anything that goes through your mind just from that front?
Well, I think, again, that anything individually that is brought up for a coach or a player, it all has to go back to the players. I mean, they're doing such a great job, and if something, an award comes about because of that, then it should be a team feeling of achieving some success. And it's been a lot of fun coaching this group because of the way that they've approached every single day, and so thankful for that. And any award that would come to a coaching staff member or myself because of that, it'd be great credit to our players, everybody in the organization, and certainly the assistant coaches as well.
You've talked about special teams a lot. How much does special teams have to do with 9 wins? and I don't want to say other teams disregard it, but you put an emphasis on it, like, why is that?
It's been a huge factor in every one of our games. The other day, the ability that the punt team had to impact the game on downing the ball, one at the 6-yard line, another one at the 2-yard line, how huge that is to make that offense go drive the field. The fake punt, the execution of that in a crunch time that led to a field goal. And we talk about those moments as a team. You never know what play is going to determine the outcome of the game. They all do. But that play specifically ended up putting us in position to kick a field goal. And then if we hadn't got that, think about the end game. Instead of having a 4-point lead, we got a 1-point lead, and it's a different game on how they were driving the ball. So all of those things go into play. The return yardage has been huge all year. And again, I think our kids understand that. We've spent a lot of time on preparing, on teaching, on game planning, and then the execution of our guys, again, has been, they've taken the drill work and put it into live reps. And Coach Shebus has done a great job on building that to be a huge advantage for our program.
Yeah, and you've known him a while. What about him?
Well, I think he's really good at what he does. He has an understanding of giving your team an advantage schematically, but also he's a great motivator. And he is a problem solver in finding ways to attack other teams' special teams units. And he has strong conviction and belief in what he does in coaching those areas. And the amount of points that we scored in the field goal game this year is huge because of Jose and that group, and the list goes on and on how important that's been to us. You look years and years ago in teams that you play that you kind of step back and you learn from and take notes. Kansas State had one of the most elite special teams units in all of college football. And I saw at that point how much of a difference those teams were made up of because of those units. When I went and had a chance to work at the University of Memphis, Justin Fuente was the head coach. Coach Shebus was the special teams coordinator. And I saw firsthand how that transformed that team on the impact that it made. And we were fortunate to get James hired here, and he's done a great job for our team this year.
Coach, but the coordinators, right, you were talking about them making their own calls and what have you. How do you build that trust in your coordinators where you just are playing you're pretty much at the CEO level and they're managing the game?
I told you guys a long time ago, the only calls I make are touchdowns and then 4th down stops on defense. That's it. So I do think we've got a really good coaching staff that they pour into the game plan, they pour into our kids. And, the thing, and I've been in both roles now a couple of times, you want to build guys up, give them the opportunity because they are hired for a reason. They're good men, they're great mentors, they understand what they're trying to get done. They want to win, and build them up, promote, and give them confidence to go be who they are because they've got a great mind, offense staff working together, defense staff working together. They know exactly what we need to do, how we're playing complementary football, and then build them up, give them confidence, and support them. And, I will have suggestions on both sides of the ball throughout the week. Sometimes I can tell when I'm talking in the room, they're ready for me to get out. I understand that. I've been on that side of it too. But I think experience, but also the trust in seeing the amount of time and work that those guys have put in on building the offense, building the special teams, building the defense. We've got really good coaches, and I'm so fortunate to have the group that we do.
Coach, Marcel McDuffie, Defensive Player of the Week. Huge game against one of the schools that recruited him. Talk about his contributions.
Played well. I don't know what official stat line was, but over 15 tackles, had a forced fumble, was productive all day. Played almost every snap of the ball game. Jackson Woodard also, Fred Tompkins also played a completely different position in the scheme that we put out there last week. All three of those linebackers did a great job, but wouldn't have happened. And I think all three of those would say this without the guys in front of them on the defensive line on taking up blocks and letting them run, sometimes free and sometimes not. But it was a great collective effort Second quarter wasn't very good, but the adjustments made and then the way that those guys stepped up and played, I was thrilled for Marcel to get that award because of the work that he's put in, the ways that he's quietly put together a really, really solid season.
Coach, we've talked about how physical the past two games have been against Wyoming and Air Force. What did you see in practice this morning? Maybe a new energy from your guys?
Yeah, they were bouncing around. They've got a lot of energy, and I think a lot of that goes into the opportunity we have in front of us. They understand how important our practice habits are, and then the ability for a team to be mature and use all the recovery habits that we have here, the abilities to utilize this building in the ways that it's built for our student athletes to be able to get back. And I mean, everybody in college football, you go into week 13, you're tired, and you're sore, and you're beat up, and all those things. But if we really look at our injury list comparatively to the body of work that we had since August 3rd, we're very, very fortunate. And I think it doesn't happen by chance. It also takes a little luck to be in this position as well from an injury standpoint.
Coach, you guys have thrived in some really close games late. How does that help when you get into another close game potentially, like on Saturday, knowing you guys have overcome?
We've talked all year that we're going to have to win them all. The game will be decided in the fourth quarter. And then again, on the teaching and communication piece on, play one snap at a time and don't, we can't think about 4 quarters, we got to think about one play. And that's a good approach for this team. I think our guys rely a lot. You look at the opportunities that have been created, and now it's down to a few short days on creating the next opportunity. So thrilled to be in this position, and our kids understand the magnitude of what's at stake and how important it is, but also I believe they're built for this. The moment's not too big or too small. They're ready to. They will be ready to go with a great week of work and preparation, and it's still the pursuit of playing our best ball, and hopefully we can get in a position to do that Saturday.
You talked about your love for Thanksgiving. Is a very pressing question. Are you a Thanksgiving sub guy? Do you put all the ingredients, like the turkey, the stuffing, do you put it all in one sub?
I think he's talking about leftover wise.
Oh, yeah. I don't mind mixing it. I mean, it's all going to the same place anyway. Some depends. You call it stuffing, you call it dressing, whatever it is, it's awesome. I could eat it all day, every day. Turkey, we have ribs. I love barbecuing ribs. We got a lot of, chicken. We'll do a variety of things. Sweet potatoes can't go wrong. And I'm a big dessert guy. I know that's shocking, but any of those things I'm all about. We're going to bring in Hunky Cooper and Austin Van Pook, our director of operations. They're bringing in an unbelievable home-cooked meal for our team on Thursday. We'll have a great Thursday morning practice. There's not anything like practicing on Thanksgiving morning, and then coming in and having fellowship together, and then get into what the 48-hour preparation looks like. So I hope that answered that question.
Coach, earlier you mentioned the home field edge of the Legion. Was there a moment in one of the past games where you noticed the crowd maybe lift you guys up a little bit or thought that was impactful?
Absolutely. Third downs here in the last couple of weeks in home games when, we're on defense, and, that helps energize, emotionally charge our team. The ability to try to distract the other team in their communication part of communicating on third downs, that's been huge. I think impactful plays in kicking, you feel the crowd. Obviously, they have a respect offensively when we're running the ball and getting first downs and converting on third downs. I do feel like we've got a smart football crowd. They know when to cheer, when we need it, and I know that they will bring their best. They'll bring their A game on Saturday, and we can't wait to see it. Thanks, guys. Have a great week. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Or just every day. Start the day out. You don't need coffee, just straight sugar. Right to the
Or if it was tied either way. I got you. I got you. Thank you, sir.
What's up, Evan?
What's up, man? I was Colorado Springs. Can't believe I made it here in time. My sleep schedule is so fucked right now. Working until like 5 a.m. 4 days in a row. Okay. All you can ask for at this point. Yeah.
Marcel, congratulations, Defensive Player of the Week. We see how hard you're working on the field. What adjustments were made there in the second half to pretty much contain Air Force, especially in the rushing game?
Coach, got together and they seen they was adding a couple extra guys to a certain gap, so we started doing a little bit more movement over there and just started trying to take away that gap to kind of limit what they were doing, because when we took that away, it really just seemed like they didn't have nothing else to answer. So when we made that adjustment, it ultimately helped us get the victory.
Better containment on the edge, too.
Everyone just really locked in the second half. We started out on fire, but we kind of had a little low. So we just came together as a group and said, man, everyone just focus, lock in, everyone do their job, trust the man next year that he's going to do his job. And we put it all together and got the victory.
Marcel, two physical games against Wyoming and Air Force, but what are you seeing from your defense this morning in practice?
Everyone's just excited about the opportunity that we have in front of us. Anytime we have two physical games like that back to back, it can obviously wear and tear on you, but no one's really talking about it. We all have our aches and pains, but with everything we have on the line, it's hard not to be excited. And everyone just had energy today, good feeling, great Monday practice.
Ricky, so much is made of offensively, what you're doing defensively, the stops and second half. You guys have won a lot of games, or basically special teams has helped you win a lot of games. How important have they been? Because some teams might disregard them and just worry about offense and defense, but you guys don't.
You talking about special team?
Yeah.
Oh man, we harp on special teams throughout the week. Coach Sheaves does a great job preparing us, day in, day out throughout the weeks. Just making sure special teams is a important factor for us. So everybody that's playing the special teams, we take real good responsibilities for those.
So a question for both of you guys. We asked Coach about just the conversation that there's been after the win about him maybe getting National Coach of the Year, just that being part of the narrative. He immediately deflected and kind of gave it credit to the team. What does it kind of say about him and just the fact that his name is, in the ring for that for both of you guys?
Man, Coach Odom's a great coach, man. He does a great job, of, also preparing us, just being real with us. He allows us, you know, to go out there and play freely. But also, you know, I feel like I said in a couple interviews, he just changes our habits and allows us to, you know, just come together as a team and just be as great as we can, really.
Yeah, you know, he's a player's coach. He's what you call a player's coach. He loves on us. He's always there for us, shoulder to lean on. He's always there celebrating, always giving us pointers. And, you know, he really just puts us first as players. And, you know, it's hard not to go out there and play for a guy like that. And just, you know, with the recognition he's getting, it's just credits to him and the kind of man he is.
Ricky, after going through kind of the difficulties of last year, especially at the end, what does it mean to you to kind of be in this position where you guys control your own destiny going into the last game of the season?
Man, it's an honor. I want to give us, you know, special thanks to, you know, the whole staff, really, and the players. You know, like I said, we're coming together as a team, as a whole. And I feel like we built that chemistry, you know, in the summer and coming out in, you know, fall camp. So it's definitely an honor. We're not done, really.
How would you describe the kind of character of this team? Obviously, you guys showed some resiliency in this last game, but what else about this team should people know, I guess?
Man, we just play. We go out there and play our hearts out, man. I feel like every down, you know, just like how it was just asking about Coach Odom, we just prepare hard throughout the week. So, you know, like I said, the habits that, you know, that Coach Odom has gave us, you know, it translates to the game.
Marcel, another talented offense you guys are going up against this week. What sticks out to you about San Jose State?
First and foremost, their quarterback. You know, he makes their offense go. He's a dual threat, throw it well, run it well. So it's gonna have to have good eyes on him at all times. And then their running backs, they got two solid runners. They want to run downhill in between tackles. They run hard, and obviously their O-line, it starts with them. So they're a great offense. They got a lot of firepower. So we're gonna have to do a great job with our preparation in it this week because we know that if we slacking and they could run up the score.
Marcel, you've been here for a couple of years. What would it mean to you to kind of be part of the first team to win a Mountain West championship at UNLV?
It would mean a lot. You know, it's been a journey, it's been a ride, but it's been a great process. You know, I wouldn't have it go any other way. You know, from being 2-10, 5-7, and now being 9-2, it just shows how the process goes. Just continue to trust it and to be a part of something like this, man, with this team and these coaches. Sky's the limit. I'm happy to be in this position I'm in and we're in.
Marcel, could you share more a little bit about Coach Shearer? I mean, 2 back-to-back shutouts in the second half. You know, what do you respect about Coach Shearer during the game?
Coach Shearer, he very energetic. You know, it's almost like he's one of us. You know, throughout the game, you know, we're just talking whenever we come off the field about what we're seeing out there as a defense, and then, you know, just trying to get our point of view from it. And then, you know, when the opposing offense is having some success, you know, him and the coaches, they do their best to kind of nip that in the bud as quickly as possible. And then the adjustments that they always make whenever we're going to the half, and they're really in tune to the game, kind of like they're playing. And it starts with him as the leader. He's always emphasizing us running and hitting, running against the football, being one unit and one heartbeat. So when it starts with him, it just trickles down to us.
Ricky, do you feel like that you're being overlooked, perhaps, Politnikoff Award, conference honors, all of that? Is that a motivating factor for you, maybe, perhaps?
I mean, it is at a certain extent, but, I keep my head down, I keep working. I try to block out all that noise of social media and everything. I'm not really a social media type of guy anyway, so, I just want to keep working, man. Whatever comes, it comes.
Anything else? Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.